The owner of this old house here in Des Moines' Sherman Hill neighborhood tells us it's the most haunted house in the entire area, maybe in the entire country, but is it really? The old Hilltop Manor just looks scary, and it should. It was originally built almost 120 years ago on the Drake University campus, but moved brick by brick and board by board to this location on 20th Street, the spot of a deadly fire back in the 70s.
In 1904, they built the Coronado apartments on these two lots. In 1977, it succumbed to an arson fire and the largest loss of life in a fire in the history of Des Moines. There were 7 people that perished in that fire, and we have the spirits of 2 of the victims and the ghost of one of the other victims here in the house.
Spirits, Lejeune explained, often do different things, like make noises or move objects. Ghosts, she said, do the same thing over and over.
This is also the hallway where we have the ghost of Faye Warwick, who was the victim of the Coronado fire. Apparently, she came out of her apartment to a wall of smoke, ran up and down the hallway, which was longer than the hallway here, until she found an empty apartment and then later died of smoke inhalation.
Lejeune says Warmick had polio as a child and wore heavy shoes. She says she often hears the sound of shoes running down the hall, then past the wall. Past it because the hallway of the apartment building was longer than the hallway of her house.
Walk this way.
Lejeune says the house is also haunted by the original owners who came with it from Drake. The man of the house, an ordained minister with a bad temper, used to sleep here.
Nobody seems to be able to spend the whole night in, if they're single or an unmarried couple especially. I tried sleeping in here one night and didn't make it through the night. You wake up feeling like somebody's watching you.
The home has caught the attention of paranormal investigators from all over the country. Members of the Supernatural Research Society of Iowa hope this is the spot where they prove that ghosts exist.
We come in on a scientific basis. We bring all the equipment in. With paranormal, you really have to be able to measure it in order for it to be determined whether it's not or is paranormal.
These ghost hunters have all the toys: infrared goggles, temperature gauges, lasers, and fog machines to see if anything is moving about. Even this remote-controlled tank, equipped with night vision cameras and microphones.
Over here we have a 9-camera DVR system with night vision cameras that are placed all over the house. This laptop here is actually hooked up to this antenna, which receives transmission else from the remote control car, or we have a gentleman right behind here that has a head cam on. It's also wireless, so we can see what he's doing, where he's going. It's also night vision.
The group also uses what they call a ghost box. The box quickly scans the AM radio band. The theory is ghosts can communicate through it because they're attracted to electromagnetic fields. At one point, the ghost hunters read off the names of the deadly fire, and the box seems to say victim. At another point, the box appears to tell them to leave.
What did it say?
The ghost hunters roam through the house, checking for temperature changes, listening for noises, and snapping pictures. One shot they took appears to be a hand on the outside of this second-story window. The consensus among these ghost hunters: this place is definitely haunted.
They do like to be heard, and they're mischievous. So I don't know how Randa and her family sleep here every night, but yeah, it's up there 8 or 9. It's got to be, once people find out about this house, it's going to be in the top 10 of the most haunted places in the United States.
Well, you've seen the evidence, seen the strange pictures, heard the odd noises, the bizarre voices. Now it's up to you to decide, is this a ghost house or a ghost story?